If you had to go back to your 16-year-old self, what's one piece of advice that you would give yourself that you know would help in the journey that lie ahead?
It's a great question. I feel like when I reflect on my career, I probably didn't enjoy it enough. I didn't appreciate, not that I didn't love being a player, but I didn't enjoy the ability to fulfill a dream, which is what it was for me. And I think if I went back to the 16-year-old, I would try to have the same feeling of the game and the position that I was in as a 16-year-old when I was 28. That would have been, from my playing career, what I would have wished for myself.
And how would you do that? Because as an example, we've had Juddy on, and he spoke about how during the season, from kind of main training all the way up into the game, he would not allow himself to have any positive thoughts. He would tell himself that he was going to lose the game for the team. He would miss the winning goal. And I sat here taken aback because I was like, for someone who's obviously been a superstar of the competition, to kind of program yourself that way. And I know that we're all different, but it's certainly not the way that I did it or was educated on. So, is there any insights as to the way that you prepared for a game that maybe you would change to make sure that you did have fun and appreciate living the dream?
I think I was always able to enjoy or the playing part. I was never sort of someone who got nervous about playing. For me, playing was just the execution of the preparation. And so once I was never afraid of playing because I felt like I prepared well to play. But I think that the weeks and the time in the environment was, I never really enjoyed that. I became so worried or I never really appreciated or smelled the roses of what it was just like to be in that environment all the time. And now I think back and I look and I said, I would have loved to have just been able to have that enthusiasm for being in that position more than what I did.
Yeah. But if you had to go back to your 14, 15, 16-year-old self, and it seems as though you had an insane level of confidence and self-awareness from a very young age. But what's one piece of advice that you would give yourself back then that would have helped you on the journey to where you are today? Or fast-tracked it?
Just would have been, you can scale up too much of a good thing. And so what that looked like to me, I just trained more than probably anyone in the AFL or near on that. Up to the age of 23, but to just continually scale that up had the inverse effect, and body broke down, and that was a real cost. So to watch out for that. And the advice to me would have been to actually enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, even if you do want to play this game of embrace fear and anxiety and whatever, but to actually look for those pockets where an enjoyment can still exist. Because it's not sheep stations. It feels like it when you're in it. And I go to AFL Clubland now, and every second person looks like they're trying to kill cancer. They're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. And that would have been the same look I had when I was in it. But you eventually break out of it. You think, there's some opportunities to actually enjoy that experience rather than just be white knuckling through it all. So that'd be my 2 bits of advice to a 16-year-old Chris. But you know what? It wouldn't have mattered because the 16-year-old Chris wouldn't have listened to any of it. And it would have said, piss off, Baldy, and I'll do what I'm going to do.